This conference will now be recorded.
So in the previous session, we have discussed about the list collection class and how to use the list collection class methods in order to manage the records inside the object we have discussed. Now, now today we'll see a feature called as bulkification or bulkify feature. Wherever you go in the entire development, upon performing the operations on the records, always we have to follow bulkification. It's a fundamental principle of Salesforce development. Wherever you go, in the entire development, not only in classic, when you go to the lightning, also wherever you go, upon performing the operations on the records, okay, we have to follow bulkification process. In every program, in every application, in every implementation, we have to follow bulkification mandatory. It's a basic principle we have to follow. Then let's see what exactly the bulkification process or bulkify, just the terminology different, bulkification or bulkify, any word we can. Then what exactly bulkification process, how to achieve this, we'll see practically now. Now let's see practically in this case. Now, so that already we have discussed in the previous session as part of list collection that already told you. So I have given one general example to you. Like whenever if you want to buy some items from the supermarket, generally, whenever we are going to be entering into the supermarket, for example, this is the supermarket that we have. So whenever you are entering into the supermarket through this entry gate, so first of all, we are going to be collecting a small basket. We are collecting a small basket. So collect the basket first and then enter into that supermarket. Collect some items over here, whatever the vegetables, you can add it into the basket over here. Go to some different place and then take some fruits also, add it into your basket, and then go to that wardrobes place, add some items to the basket. Once all the items has been added to the basket, then finally we can go to the billing counter. In this billing counter, we can able to make the payment and then we can able to get the items to your home. This is the process we used to follow generally. That means what? Instead of paying the bill for each and every item separately, what I'm doing, we are going to be collecting all the items, and these items we are going to be placing inside a basket. Once all the items are available in the basket, then we can go to the billing counter. We can prepare a single bill by including all these items, and then we can make the payment in one shot. We can make the payment for all the items in one shot over here. It may be 1,000 or 1,500, 2,000, 5,000, whatever, anything. For all the items, we are making the payment in one shot. That means what? We are processing bulk records. We are making the payment for bulk items. Bulk means what? Group, collections. So now here in this case also, whenever we are going to be performing the operations on the records, don't process each and every record separately, make it as bulkified. Make it as bulkified process. Now, let me explain one small practical example. Then I will show you what is the problem over there and then how to solve the problem with the help of bulkification. What is this bulkification? How to achieve? We'll see practically. It's a basic concept in every program, in every implementation as part of Salesforce. Because once you are writing some code as per the application requirement, then once you are doing the testing process, then it will be going for the code review stage. That means whatever the code that you are written, that code will be testing by or reviewed by your team member. He may be your junior also, he may be your senior also, he may be your technical lead also, he may be from any technical person from the client side also. Those people will review your code. They will verify whether you have followed all the standards or not. So in that one, first of all, they will verify whether this code is bulkified or not. They will verify first. So at that time here, so upon writing that code, always we have to follow bulkified process. Then we'll see what exactly the bulkification. Basically, this is the purpose of collections. Why we are going for the collection? Because of bulkification concept. To achieve the bulkification, we are using collections concept. This is the basic reason to introduce collections inside your Salesforce instance. Now, for example, assume that I would like to create some records inside my hiring manager object. Now, I would like to create some hiring manager records. How many? 200 records I want to create. Okay, 200 hiring manager records I want to create inside my object. How to do that? Now you know already over here. I'm creating a for loop, integer, counter equals to 1, counter less than or equals to 200, counter plus plus. That means I'm iterating the for loop from 1 to till 200. Every time I'm incrementing the counter value by 1. Now, in each iteration, that means this for loop will be iterating for how many times? 200 times. So 1 to 200. So totally 200 times it will be iterating. In each iteration, that means in each execution, I would like to insert one hiring manager record. Then for this one, we have to write the code to insert a hiring manager record. Write the code to insert a hiring manager record. So I'm going to be creating the object of this class. So what is my hiring manager object over here? Now this is the hiring manager object. So now let's see what exactly the class name. The class name is hiring manager underscore underscore C. This is the class name, hiring manager underscore underscore C. HR equals to new hiring manager underscore underscore C. That means I'm creating the object of this class, and then I would like to pass the values. HR dot name equals to bulk HR record hyphen counter. So now here I'm going to be inserting the records one by one, one by one, one by one. So here I'm indicating that bulk HR record hyphen 1. That means for the second record, bulk HR record 2, bulk HR record 3, like that up to bulk HR record 200. And then HR dot location. I'm indicating some channel. HR dot contact number. I'm giving some value. HR dot email ID. I'm indicating like as bulk HR plus counter @gmail.com. That means bulk HR1 @gmail.com, bulk HR2 @gmail.com, like that. And then I'm inserting the record. Insert HR. That's it. This is what the process we have implemented as of now. Now, so in this case, observe what will happen. So initially, the for loop will be verifying this variable. This is 1. It will check the condition. Counter value is what? 1. 1 less than or equals to 200. Condition is true or not? Yes, because 1 is less than 200. So it will enter into the block. It will execute these statements. One HR record will be inserted. So here I have used one insert statement to insert the HR record. So one HR record is inserted. That means how many insert statements I have used now? 1. Okay, one DML statement I have used. DML statements means insert, update, delete, update, okay, undelete, upsert, merge. These are combination of okay the DML statements. So insert is one of the DML statement over here. Next, it will go to that counter value. Counter value will be reaching to, okay, incrementing by 1. So now the value is 2. 2 also less than 200. So it will enter into the block, inserting one more HR record by using insert statement. So second DML statement. Third time, it will be inserting one more HR. So third DML statement I have used. Fourth time, it will be inserting one more record here. So fourth iteration. That means fourth DML statement. Like that, how many records I'm inserting? 200 records. So how many DML statements it will use? 200. Now tell me, can I use 200 DML statements in one transaction? No. That already you know that. Okay, in the previous sessions we have discussed, in a single transaction we can use maximum of 150 DML statements, not more than that. Why? Because what I'm doing here, keep on I'm inserting record by record, one insertion, another record, another record, one by one, one by one, one by one. Every time I'm going to be making a request to the Salesforce server to insert a record, single record. But in this case, if I keep on making a request to that Salesforce server to insert the record, then server will be busy with my request only, right? Yes. So at that time, it will be impacting the application performance, right? What about the other customers? Because that already you know that one single server will be utilizing by the 8,000 organizations. So if the Salesforce server is busy with processing my records only, what about the other customers' records? Other customers' requests will be in the waiting state. Those people will be getting affected. Their business will be getting impacted automatically. So for that reason, Salesforce has given a feature, bulkification. Don't insert each and every record separately. Don't insert each and every record separately. Make it as a group. That means what? For example, in our general scenario, you know that. For example, I want to buy 4 items from a supermarket. Item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4. Here 2 scenarios will come into the picture. Upon purchasing these 4 items, 2 scenarios are there. First scenario, case 1. First case. First of all, what you will do, go to that supermarket, okay, buy the item 1, make the payment. Okay, make the payment. Then again, enter into the supermarket again, and then go to that second item, collect the item, go to the billing counter, make the payment. This is the second one. Third, and then again enter into the supermarket again, collect the third item, and then go to the billing counter, make the payment. And then again enter into the supermarket again, go to that fourth item, collect that item over here, go to the billing counter, make the payment. Okay, this is one case. Okay, this is one case. Next, in the second case here, second scenario, what we will do? So now collect one basket over here. Okay, collect on one basket. Collect one basket. Whatever the items that you want, go to the item one place, add that item to the basket. Go to the second item's place, add that second item also to the basket. Go to the third item and then add to the basket. Go to the fourth item's place, add to the basket. Once all the 4 items has been added to the basket, nothing but place inside the basket, go to the billing counter over here, make the payment for all the 4 items in one shot. Now tell me from these 2, which one will you prefer? First one or second one? Second one. Why? Why the second one? Why not first one?
It saves time.
We don't have to repeat it. We don't have to repeat the task.
Yes, it will save the time over here. Okay, mainly it will save the time. Why? Because to take the item in the supermarket will take hardly some 2 minutes. Okay, hardly 2 minutes it will take. But when you go to the billing counter, there will be a lengthy queue. How long time do I need to wait? More time. So for one item, I'm staying in the queue for 10 minutes. For the second item, and then queue has already increased. That means here 20 minutes I need to stay in the queue. For the third item, 10 more minutes. For the fourth item, okay, 5 more minutes. That means it will be keep on increasing my time, right? To buy the 4 items, which we need to pay that amount for each and every item separately, it will be killing my time. So in this case here, what we can do, I want to save my time because I don't have free time. I'm also busy with my office work. I'm also busy with my personal work. So I can't stay in the queue for a long time. So for that reason here, I would like to collect all the items, place inside a basket. Once all the items are available in the basket, then go to the billing counter, make the payment for all the items in one shot. This is what I am going to be using as bulkification. What are the process right now I'm doing? This is the concept, the case one. This is what we are doing right now. In this case, it will be impacting on the application performance. It will be impacting on the application performance over here. To avoid this kind of problems, don't insert each and every record separately and then collect all the records, place inside a basket, and then insert all the collection of records in one shot over here. That basket is nothing but what? A collection. The basket is nothing but collection. That means what I need to do in this case, I don't want to insert each and every record separately. Once the record has been prepared, record is not yet inserted, I am going to preparing the record here. Once the record is prepared, I want to store this record somewhere. I want a basket. Basket means what? A collection which can hold some records. What records you are storing? Hiring manager records over here. How to store the hiring manager records? We are using a collection. List of what? Hiring manager. You know this concept here. Okay, list of hiring manager. That means what? This list collection can store a collection of hiring managers. How many? It may be 0, it may be 1, it may be 10, it may be 1,000, it may be n number of. No limitations at all. So in this case, list of hiring manager _ C. I'm indicating a list is HR records. I'm giving the object name as list HR records equals to new list of hiring manager. I'm creating this object of this list collection. That means what? I'm creating a list collection with the name LST HR records. This is the list collection which can store a collection of hiring manager records. Okay, which can store a collection of hiring manager records. So now once the HR record is ready, then I need to store this record inside my collection. Now tell me how to add this HR record to the collection. We need to use a method called as add method. Add the record to the collection. How can we add the record to the collection over here? We are using collection name dot. What is the method? Add method. Add of what is the HR record? HR. That's it. Now, so in this case, what happened? So now I'm preparing this for loop. The for loop first time it will iterate. It will prepare one HR record. It will store the record inside my LST HR records collection. Nothing but in the list collection. Go to that second iteration, prepare second record, add it to the collection. Go to the third iteration, prepare a record, add to the collection. Like the 200 times it is iterating that, and it is going to be placing these 200 records inside my collection. Once all the records are available inside the collection, I want to insert. Insert. Where is the records are available? LST HR records. That's it. Now tell me how many records are there in my collection? 200. How many insert statements I'm using now? Single. That means by using one insert statement, we can insert how many records? 200 records in one shot. So simply we can make a request to the Salesforce server only once, and then in one time we can insert 200 records also. That possibility is available to you. So don't insert each and every record separately. Don't update each and every record separately because it is impacting on the application performance. So to avoid those kind of problems, we can use bulkification. But what do you mean by bulkification? Instead of performing the operations on each and every record separately, perform the operations on bulk records in one shot. So how to perform the operations on bulk records? By using a feature called as bulkification. How to achieve the bulkification? So now that can be achieved with the help of list collection and for loop. This is a common question in every interview. Okay. So bulkification in the sense what? So now bulkification describes instead of performing the operations on each and every record separately, so make those records as a group or a collection. Okay, then once all the records has been added to the collection, then perform the operation on collection of records in one shot. So that we can reduce the DML statements and we can reduce the number of server trips and we can save the time, we can improve the application performance also. So that wherever you go in the entire Salesforce development, always we have to follow bulkification process. Then how can we achieve this one? So now prepare the records, and then once the record is prepared, then add the record to the collection. Once all the records has been added to the collection, then perform the DML operations on collection of records in one shot here. Okay. Once all the records has been added to the collection, then perform the DML operations on collection of records in one shot by using the insert statement. This is how we are achieving the bulkification concept. Now, let me show you practically in this case. When moving forward in every program, I would like to use the same. Okay, without the bulkification, I won't develop even a single program also, because entire Salesforce development we have to follow same concept. No change at all. It's a fundamental principle of Salesforce. That's what here in the beginning classes of your Salesforce configuration, that means admin already told you Salesforce is supporting purely multi-tenant architecture. Salesforce is purely supporting multi-tenant architecture. As part of that multi-tenant architecture, it is indicating that Salesforce is not giving that a separate dedicated server for each and every customer. Salesforce is maintaining shared infrastructure. During that multi-tenancy, that already told you that concept also over there. That's what here configuration concepts are very, very important. When you go to that multi-tenant architecture, like as here, as part of server instances, already we have discussed over there. Salesforce is not allocating a dedicated server for each and every customer. In a single server, Salesforce is allocating the memory space for 8,000 organizations. That means 8,000 customers are utilizing the same server. 8,000 customers' applications are running in the same server. 8,000 customers' data, files, records, documents are storing inside the same server. Even though 8,000 customers' data is there in a single server, but one customer data cannot be accessible by another customer. One customer's application can't be accessible by another customer. That much of security boundaries has been configured by Salesforce. You know, all this concept initially we have discussed during the starting of our configuration administration concept over there. Because of this multi-tenant architecture only. And then already I have given the node point also over there as part of our configuration that already told you as part of this multi-tenant architecture. I have given that node points also. Multi-tenant architecture is providing the 4 fundamental benefits over there. It is providing the 4 fundamental benefits to you over there. The first one is, as part of multi-tenant architecture, it is providing the 4 benefits. First one is shared infrastructure, only one platform at a time, 0 cost improvements, and then automatic upgradation. Each and every feature you know already. Already we have discussed all these concepts as part of our initial concepts of configuration part or the admin part. So that's what here Salesforce is not providing a dedicated server so that keep on make a request and insert one by one. We can't do like that because that is not a dedicated server. That is not a separate server. That is a shared infrastructure, common server given by Salesforce for 8,000 organizations. So that always we have to utilize that server resources very, very efficiently. Now, so for that one, don't perform the operations on each and every record separately. Okay, add the record to the collection, perform all the operations in one shot. Now, let's see.
Only one platform at a time. The second point of multi-tenant. What does it mean, sir?
So now only one platform at a time means what? So whenever we are going, Salesforce is giving the new release. Okay, whenever Salesforce is giving a new release, that new release features are applicable to all the organizations. Even though you may be a paid user, even though you may be a free user also. That means if you are using a free developer account also, upon giving the new release by Salesforce, it may be winter release, spring release, summer release, whatever it may be, whenever Salesforce is giving the new release, that new release features are applicable to all the organizations, including paid users as well as free users also. So there is no concept of older version, newer version like that. Everybody will be on the same platform. Everybody will be getting the equal opportunities because Salesforce is making all the customers on same platform because all are customers only. Even though he may be a paid user, even though he may be a free user, both are my customers. So as an organization, it is my responsibility. I need to make my customers happy. I need to make my customers satisfied, so that Salesforce is giving this new releases to everyone and free of cost. That is the concept of, okay, only one platform at a time. That's what here, whenever Salesforce is giving the new release, automatically your account will be getting upgraded over there. Okay, we don't have the feature like, okay, few features or few people are having older version, we are using newer version, not like that. Even though we are using free developer account, June 18th, so the July 18th, Salesforce has given a new release. You know that. On July 18th, okay, night at 10:30 p.m., Salesforce has given the new release, that is summer 20. So now tell me that summer 20 release has been given by the Salesforce to only to the paid users who are paying that amount to the Salesforce. No, we are using free developer account. For us also, we got that same new features over there. No change. Same features they have given to us. That means everybody on the same release, everybody on the same platform over there. That is the concept of multi-tenant architecture. You know all these things as part of your admin concept in the initial. Those are the fundamental basics of Salesforce, because that is the architecture level concepts of Salesforce, okay, which you know already during the starting classes of your admin part. Multi-tenant architecture, and then all the
I know
cloud,
that, but
cloud services.
I got confused, like, whether it's taking only a single platform means I got confused there. I know that actually.
Okay. Now, so now here in this case, so now I'm going to be inserting all the records in one shot, because here Salesforce is maintaining the multi-tenant architecture, so that here we no need to make the server keep on busy by processing only my requests. For that one, don't make the number of server trips to that Salesforce server. It will be impacting on the application performance. So that reduce the number of server trips, so that we can able to improve the application performance as well. So that here, don't insert each and every record separately, and then make that records as a group, and then insert all the records in one shot. So that here I'm going to be inserting. Before inserting these records into the collection, suppose for example, I have given this collection, like I have given this condition like as, okay, 0. Now tell me how many records will be added to the collection now. Counter equals to 1, counter less than or equals to 0.
0 records.
Zero records. Zero records. Why? Because in the first attempt itself condition is failed. So it won't insert any record, then the collection is empty. So that means if the collection is empty, then do I need to insert anything? No, right? Then what we can do? Before inserting that, I want to verify if the collection is holding some records or not. But that one, how do we know whether the collection is empty or not? What is the method we have to use? Is empty method. So if the collection is not empty, if LST HR records is not empty, if the collection is not empty, then only we need to insert the records. These are the best practices we have to follow upon writing the code. Okay, don't write any insert statement without this condition. Wherever you go in the entire real-time implementation, upon performing any operation, first of all, check the condition whether this collection is holding some records or not. If the records are there, then only insert, or then only update, then only delete. If the records are not available, then don't do that here, because unnecessarily it is wasting one of my DML statement, because DML statements are very, very costly. Costly means what? We are having very less number. How many? 150 transactions, 150 operations per transaction. 150 DML statements we can use per transaction, so that here we have to utilize very, very efficiently. Don't insert these things directly. First of all, check that collection. If the collection is having some records, if the collection is not empty, I have used not operator over here. If it is not empty, then only we can insert that here. Okay, now. So now here in this case, I'm indicating 200 records right now. Okay, I'm indicating 200. Now click on execute button. So it has sent the request to that Salesforce server. It is inserting 200 records here. Now let's go to the debug log checkbox here, debug log. When you come to the last of the debug log file. Now, so now tell me here in this case, how many DML statements I have used now? Number of DML statements used. How many? 1. 1 out of 150. Salesforce has given 150 per transaction, but have used only one. By using this one DML statement, how many number of records I have processed over here? 200 records I have processed. Okay, this is the power of collection. This is the power of collection. So don't insert each and every record separately. And that too, collection concept is not new. Every day we are doing in the same in the supermarket. Every day we are doing the same in the supermarket over here. Or wherever you go, we are doing the same. Whenever you are going for to buy some items, then we are not visiting every time. Go to the supermarket, come to the home, and then go to that another supermarket, come to the home. Not like that. We are visiting both the supermarkets. We are purchasing all the items. Then only we can go back to the home. Like that here also, we are maintaining a basket to add all the items. So that basket is nothing but our collection. This is the concept of bulkification. That means what? Instead of performing the operations on each record separately, we can make the records as bulk, nothing but collection. Once all the records has been added to the collection, then perform the DML operations on that collection of records in one shot. This is what the concept of bulkification. This is also called as bulkify process in Salesforce. Okay, now.
Adding record to the collection, can we pass it outside the loop also?
Sorry, which one?
Adding record to the collection. That thing.
This thing we can't add outside of that particular for loop. Okay, because once the record is ready, this record we need to add to the collection here. Once it is done, then go to that second place, prepare the second record, add to the collection over here.
Okay.
So this is the way we are going to be doing the bulkification process. Now, let me give some examples. First one, write an Apex program to insert 200 lead records inside the object. Here I'm using that use bulkification process. It's a common question in every interview. What do you mean by bulkification? How can you achieve? Bulkification can be achieved with the help of list collection and for loop. Okay, by using for loop and list collection, we are using bulkification concept. For loop is used to prepare the record. List collection is used to store the records, and then we can perform the DML operation on the collection of records. Next. Write an Apex program to insert an account record and 5 related contact records and 10 associated case records. 10 associated case records. That means what? I want one account record. How many? One. But this account, I want to add some related contacts. How many contacts? Contact records are 5. And then case records. How many? 10. Totally, how many records we are inserting? 16 records. Now tell me how many DML statements are required? How many DML statements are required now? 3, right? So in this case here, we have to solve this problem with 3 DML statements. Okay, so now you know how to do this one. Already you know that here. Okay, I want to complete this operation with 3 DML statements. Even though the records may be 16, but I need to complete this one by using 3 DML statements. Next, the third one. Write an Apex program to insert a hiring manager record and 20 related task records. 20 related task records. So now here we need to create hiring manager record. That is 1. And the task records. How many? 20. So totally 21 records I need to create inside your objects. Hiring manager record only 1, task object records 20. Okay, and then totally how many DML statements you have to use? 2 DML statements. To insert the hiring manager 1, to insert the bulk task records 1. So totally 2 DML statements. Okay, these are the 3 elements on the list collection.
So we need to have task object or what? How to?
Task object already is there. It's a standard object in Salesforce.
Okay.
Task is a standard
Account-
object. When you go to,
We can relate that account related task.
no,
with
not
hiring
required. No, not required. Whenever you are creating the hiring manager object, we're selecting the checkbox, right? Allow activities. Okay, allow reports, allow activities. We're selecting
Yes,
that.
yes.
Whenever you are selecting
Yes.
the allow activities, automatically Salesforce will map the connection of task object with hiring manager by default over there. Okay.
So we don't have to create any lookup like that, right?
No, nothing. Everything will be mapping by Salesforce. But in this case,
Okay.
you should be aware of what is that related field, nothing but relationship field. Inside the task object, we'll be having a field called as what ID. In this what ID, we have to
Yes,
pass that hiring manager field. Hiring manager record ID.
ID.
Okay. I'm giving the clue also for you. So in the task object, we have a field called as what ID. In this what ID field, we have to pass hiring manager record ID over here, to which hiring manager you want to map the association of this task record. Okay, now. Next one. The set collection class. If you know the collection classes perfectly, remaining concepts are very, very simple to do, because collections are the base for the entire development. We have to understand how to use the collection classes, and then how to process the records you should be aware of first. If you know those collections, then remaining features are very, very simple over there. Nothing else.
So we need to remember all the methods, right, sir?
Yes, right, correct. Yes. But when moving forward, I will show you one more mechanism. Upon writing that code inside that class, you no need to remember these collection class methods also. You can able to see through intelligence. Collection class methods, object fields, everything you can able to get through intelligence. I will show you in the next sessions as well. We will be getting that concept as well. During the procedures concept, functions concept, I will show you.
We can able to understand, but remembering, because we have this set again map we'll get, so really 30 we need to remember.
Not required, because if you know that set collection class, list collection class method, remaining collection class methods are almost similar, nothing different. But internal functionality will be same, but the function names will be almost similar. So the two, Salesforce is purely cloud, right? If you want any methods of the list class or the set collection class or map collection class, just you can go to that online help of that Salesforce, and from there you can visit, no problem.
Yeah, thank you.
Next one, the set collection class. So what exactly the set collection class and what is the use? What are the behaviors of set collection class? Now let me explain. So like as a list collection, set is also one of the collection class given by Apex programming. Okay, set is also one of the collection class. This is a ready-made class given by Salesforce, which is used to store a collection of elements. What type of elements? Both homogeneous elements and heterogeneous elements. That means what? Same data type elements also we can store, different data type elements also we can store. That possibility is there. So set is A collection class which contains a collection of elements of both homogeneous and heterogeneous. Same data type elements also we can store, different data type elements also we can store. That possibility is there. Now, let me give that note point here. Set collection class allows us to store a group of elements of type both homogeneous and heterogeneous elements. Both homogeneous elements and heterogeneous elements we can store inside this set collection class. Now, that is same data type elements also we can store, or different data type elements also we can store inside that set collection. Now, in this case, when coming to the set collection, set is an unordered collection. Okay, set is an unordered collection. So now, what do you mean by this unordered collection? Now, let me explain. For example, I'm having a mobile contacts. I'm having a mobile. In my mobile, I'm having some list of contacts that are available. You know, within the mobile, you are having so many contacts. For example, I'm having a contact with the name some Anand. I'm having some Chandra, some Suresh. Okay, some Suresh, some Rajesh. These are some contacts that are available. Assume that 4 contacts are there inside my mobile contacts list. So today, just now I have received a call from a new number. Today, I have received a call from a new number. So now I have picked up the call and then I had the conversation. That call is from one of my childhood friend. One of my childhood friend just made a call to me, which is a new number. So I had the conversation and he told me, so please save this number for the future communication. So his name is some Jivan. His name is some Jivan. Okay, Jivan. So now tell me, whenever I'm saving this number, where this number will be, where this name will be getting saved. This name will be saving at the last of this contact list or where?
In between.
In between.
Sequentially.
That means what here? So now it is going to be placing this element inside this contact list by arranging in the alphabetical order by default. That means what? Once a new element has been getting added, it is arranging the elements in alphabetical order by default. So initially I have added Anand, and then I have added Jivan, sorry, the Chandra, and then the Suresh, and then Rajesh, and then Chandra. So the Jivan. Last I have added Jivan. That means 5th element I have added Jivan, but where is this element position? 3rd position. It is in the 3rd position, 3rd location is available. That means what? My insertion order is different, and then actual element order is different. This kind of collections are called as unordered collections. Okay, unordered collections. So when coming to the set is also one of the collection like this. Whatever the contact list is there inside your mobile, that is purely set collection. Whatever the call history is there inside your mobile, that is purely list collection. Okay, there is purely list collection, and then this contact list is purely set collection over there. So when coming to the set collection is an unordered collection where the insertion order will not be preserved. Your insertion order is different, actual elements order is different. Why? Because is whenever I'm adding the elements inside my collection, automatically elements will be getting arranged in the alphabetical order by default. This is the internal concept of set collection class. Okay, now let me give that note point here. Set is an unordered collection. Unordered collection where the insertion order will not be preserved. Will not be preserved. Okay, will not be preserved. Now, so in this case, when coming to that set collection, what kind of elements will be getting allowed? Set collection will allow us to store primitive type of elements, yes subject type of elements, collection type of elements, apex type of elements, user different types of elements also. That means set collection class allows us to store a collection of elements of either primitive type or a subject type or apex type or user defined type, or it may be collection type also. All the types of elements we can store inside that set collection. Like as list, it is also supporting that same. Okay, now set collection class allows us to store the elements of type primitive, comma a subject, comma apex type of elements, user defined type of elements, and collection type of elements also. All the types of elements will be getting supported inside this set collection. Now, so now whenever I'm going to storing the elements inside the set collection, what type of memory allocation it supports? That already you know that all the collection classes are supporting dynamic memory allocation. Dynamic memory allocation means what? Depends upon the number of elements are there inside the collection, it will be keep on allocating the memory automatically. So if you're adding 2 elements, then it will allocate the memory only for those 2 elements. If you're adding 10 elements, then for that elements, whatever the memory is required, that much of memory will be allocated. Suppose in future, if you remove some 2 elements, then the 2 elements memory will be getting released. That means what? Memory will be utilizing very, very efficiently as part of collections. So that here set collection will support dynamic memory allocation so that the collection size can increase and the collection size can decrease also at runtime. That means keep on, we can add some elements, automatically memory will be keep on expanding. If I'm removing some elements from the collection, automatically memory will be getting decreased. That means released. So that here collections are purely supporting dynamic memory allocation so that the collection size can grow or collection size can shrink at runtime. That possibility is there. Now, let's see that notepad. The set collection supports the dynamic memory allocation. Hence, the collection size can grow or shrink at runtime. Hence, the collection size can grow or shrink at runtime. That possibility is available. Now, so now here in this case, whenever I'm going to be adding the elements inside this set collection, now there is a most important point. Will the set collection will allow us duplicate elements or not? If it is a listic collection, in the previous session we have discussed, listic collection allows us to add duplicate elements also. That already we have discussed each and every method and then each and every functionality also. That already have given this information. Listic collection allows the duplicate elements also. That possibility is there. Now tell me, okay, in your mobile contact, can you save the 2 numbers with the same name? It won't allow. When you give the name like as some Ramesh Kumar, it will check with the name Ramesh Kumar already a contact now contact is available or not. If it is available, it will show the message name already exists. So you have to give that one more name like as Ramesh Kumar 1 or Ramesh Kumar new. So we are giving the different names over here because inside that mobile contacts we can't store that duplicate elements. That is a problem. So here also, okay, here also, when you go to the set collection doesn't allow the duplicate elements over here. Always it is allowing that unique elements over here. Now, for example, in the entry point of it, they will raise one more question over here. Like for example, already we have an element with the name Suresh. I'm adding one more element over here. Suresh. If I'm adding this new element, what will happen? Now, this element will be simply ignored. It won't allow. It won't allow these elements over here. Simply, it will be ignoring those elements over here. So simply, it will be ignoring those elements over here. It is going to be ignoring those elements simply inside this. It won't add that. It won't show any error message. Okay? It won't show any error message. Simply, it will be ignoring that message. Now, so now whenever I'm adding a new element with the same name, then at that time, okay, it won't allow, because simply it will be comparing that. Before inserting the new element, first of all, it will verify with this name already an element is exist or not. If the element is exist, simply it will be ignoring this operation. It won't show any error message. It won't show any error message. Simply it will be ignoring that operation over there. Now, here they can raise a question. In the entry point of it, they will raise a question. I'm adding the element like this, Suresh. What will happen? Here also Suresh, here also Suresh. But here S is capital, here S is small. Then what will happen? Will it support or not? Yes, it will be adding this one, because here, so now this S capital, here S small. That means what? It is using the comparison like as what? Binary comparison. Okay, it is a binary comparison. In binary comparison, capital S ASCII code is different and then small s ASCII code is different. So that here, whenever you are trying to be adding the elements inside the set collection is purely supporting the uniqueness of the elements by using binary comparison. With the help of this binary comparison, it is going to be supporting the uniqueness of the elements. We can't store the same elements again and again and again. That means duplicate elements will not be acceptable inside that the set collection, because here it is going to simply ignoring the operation by default. This is the default functionality. Now, let me give that notepad. Set collection doesn't allow the duplicate element. It maintains the uniqueness of the elements. Uniqueness of the elements by using binary comparison. By using binary comparison, it is going to be maintaining the uniqueness of the elements over here. This is the functionality. Now, then how can we manage the elements inside your collection? Okay, how can we manage the elements inside your collection over here? Whenever if you want to manage the elements inside the collection, then we have to use the ready-made methods. We no need to write the code manually. We are having so many ready-made methods are available by default. We can use the help of these ready-made methods in order to manage the elements inside that collection. That possibility is available. Now, it provides a collection of ready-made methods to be used to manage the elements. Inside the collection. In order to manage the elements inside the collection, we are going to be using this ready-made methods given by set collection class. So set collection class is providing some set of ready-made methods to manage the elements inside that collection. Then how can we define this as set collection class? Now let's see practically. And the syntax. Syntax is set of data type. We can give the object name equals to new set of data type. That means what type of elements you want to store inside this set collection. We have to indicate set of data type. That means what data type elements can be held inside this collection. We can indicate with the help of the set of data type. The data type may be either a primitive type, a subject type, collection type, apex type, or user different types also. Anything we can able to do that here. Now, so in this case, how can able to define this? Now, set of integer. What it can store, integer elements it can able to store. Now here, I'm indicating that customer code set equals to new set of integer. That means this collection can store a collection of integer values which are unique elements. Same elements can't be repeated. Same elements can't be repeated over here. Now, it can hold a set of unique integer elements. For example, next one, set of string country names equals to new set of string. So now what it will do, it will be holding some collection of string elements, but all are unique. Okay, duplicate will not be acceptable here. It holds a set of unique string elements. Third one, set of ID. Record ID is a set. I'm indicating new set of ID. See, observe this one. I'm giving that object names like this customer codes a set, record ID set like that. Don't give like as ABC, XYZ, simply yes. Don't give like that. Those are not the proper coding standards. Please follow the proper coding standards upon writing the code. It holds a set of unique record IDs. Suppose if you want to store the account records, set of account set equals to new set of account. So which can store a collection of account records, unique account records, not the same. It holds a set of unique account records. I want to store the position records, position underscore C. Position, so set equals to new set of position. Then what it will do, it will hold a set of unique position records. Set of unique position records. Like that, we can able to define your one set collection inside your Salesforce instance. So as part of your Salesforce instance, we have to define the set collection class object, and then we can able to manage the elements. How to manage the elements inside the set collection class? We have so many methods are available, and then what are the various methods are available and how to use, we'll see in the next session. So in the next session, we'll see the various methods of set collection class, and then we'll see with the practical examples also. And then we'll move forward to the concept of map collection over there. How to use the map collection, what are the methods are available, what is the difference between the list, set, and the map. You should be aware of clearly. Okay. The next session will be on Monday again. Tomorrow is off. Tomorrow we don't have the session. Okay, next session will be on Monday.
Hello.